Learn to be alone without being lonely. Most never will, and it destroys them. Most people don't know how to be alone. They're terrified of silence, afraid of stillness. And so they run into distractions, into people, into noise. But here's the truth most never face. If you can't sit with yourself, you'll never know who you really are. Alone does not mean lonely. Loneliness is a craving for something outside yourself. It's the feeling of lack, of emptiness, of needing someone or something to complete you. But being alone? Being truly alone, and at peace with it, that's power. That's clarity. That's presence. In a world addicted to attention and validation, the man who can walk alone, calmly, confidently, is a rare force. And here's why. Because solitude reveals everything the world helps you hide. In silence, your demons speak. The guilt, the regret, the shame, the insecurities you bury under distractions, they rise in the quiet. And most people, when faced with that, they panic. They run. They numb themselves with noise, social media, fake relationships, parties, porn, cheap dopamine. They'll do anything to avoid hearing the truth echoing in their own mind. But the man who doesn't run, the man who sits in that silence and listens, he becomes unbreakable. Being alone teaches you what matters. It strips away the external and forces you to look within. Without the opinions, expectations, and energies of others clouding your mind, you get to ask the real questions. What do I stand for? What am I avoiding? What kind of man am I becoming? And is that someone I even respect? Most avoid those questions because they demand action. They demand change. They demand discipline. But that's the gift of solitude. It gives you back the steering wheel of your life. You stop being pulled by the current. And you start choosing your direction, deliberately, ruthlessly. Learn to walk alone. Learn to win alone. You don't need a crowd to chase your vision. You don't need permission to be great. And you damn sure don't need company to feel complete. Because your mission is your companion. Your goals, your discipline, your self-respect, these are the things that walk with you when the world disappears. Let others fear being alone. You train in it. You sharpen your mind. You master your habits. You silence the noise, so you can hear the truth. Loneliness is not cured by people, it's cured by purpose. Because when you're on fire for something greater than yourself, you stop looking for someone to fill the void. There is no void. There is only movement. There is only becoming. The man without purpose clings to people. The man with purpose attracts them. Not because he needs them, but because his energy commands them. He doesn't chase connection out of weakness. He chooses it from strength. And that's what most men miss. They think they need more friends, more relationships, more attention. But what they really need is more solitude. Solitude is the forge, where your character is built, where your pain is processed, where your values are tested. It's where the boy dies, and the man is born. The man who leads. The man who creates. The man who doesn't flinch when left on his own. Because he's not on his own. He's with his mission, with his mind, with his principles. He has peace within, and that makes him immune to the chaos outside. So here's the question, can you be alone? Not just physically, but mentally. Can you turn off the noise, unplug the distractions, and just sit with yourself? Can you face what you've been avoiding? Can you feel the hunger, the pain, the boredom, and not run? Because the moment you can do that, you win. Not the kind of win people cheer for. Not the kind of win you post about. But the kind that rewires your soul. You stop needing. You stop chasing. You start becoming. Final truth. You were born alone. You will die alone. And everything in between is shaped by your relationship with that truth. So stop fearing solitude. Embrace it. Train in it. Use it as your weapon. Because the man who is whole without others is the man who can lead them. And the man who learns to be alone without being lonely he becomes unstoppable.